Coach's Corner here as the Wolverines get ready to start conference play tonight against Fayetteville. I'm joined by Head Coach Bryan Pratt. And Coach, before we talk about the game and everything, I know on the bye week you got to go see your former assistant, Coach Wright, down at Lone Oak.
I did. I actually was on my way to watch Jaden play at Ole Miss, and we left Friday, and we went through Lone Oak about that time, and so I got to stop in, and I got to go see Coach Dick's first game. His first win last year when he was coaching at Van Buren against Alma, and then Coach Wright got his first win against, I don't even remember who he was playing, but another school. It was a really high-scoring school, and really proud of him, proud of both those guys. And then we went down to Oxford and got to see Jaden. It's a pretty cool experience there. If you haven't got to experience Ole Miss, that's pretty cool.
Spin it forward into conference play now. You mentioned Coach Dick, and that's who you will be going against here this week once again. And it's I'm curious, how much of what they do is what you brought in with you at West with him a few years ago? It's
pretty much the same. I mean, there's obviously some variations we've done and they've done to change some things, but for the most part, very similar. Coach Dick and his family and my family is really close, and we actually lived with them while our house was getting built for about 6 months, and great friends of ours. But we also know this is a big-time game, a big-time rivalry, and we respect each other a lot. We also know we'll be very well coached, both teams, and he coming off a tough loss against a really good Bryant team, and we feel his pain after a couple of weeks ago. So it's fun to get back into conference play and to get back in after a bye week, and our kids are refreshed, or better be, and get ready to play a very tough Fayetteville team, bunch of athletes.
You've had a lot of success the last couple of years in conference play. I mean, last year you start out 0-3 in non-conference and then come back with a chance to get the league title, get a first-round bye. What's the key to having success in this conference?
I think the kids just understand the importance of the conference play. I mean, we say the season's broken down into 3 phases. The first one is the non-conference, and then the actual conference, and then the playoffs. And our kids understand the importance of being able to get that first win. 4 teams are going to get losses, 4 teams are going to get wins, and so you got to make sure that you start off conference play and you're not getting yourself in a bad situation. So fortunately for us, for the last couple of years, we've played really well against Fayetteville and picked up wins. It's tough. It's a really good program. They have 11 return starters on defense. I mean, guys that have played before. So it's gonna be a tough fight for us. But our kids are up for the challenge, I think.
So this week, the preparation. What are some of the keys that you're stressing with the team as you guys get ready for this game?
We just got to be us, and I think that's the one thing that we didn't do very well against Bryant, is we were worried about what they were doing and what they were going to do here and do there, instead of just worrying about us. And I think if you look the way we played against the Wausau and Southside, we took care of ourselves, and I think that's why we went back to the basics and just worry about us, and the rest will take care of itself. So really pleased with last week's practice. We got after them pretty good, and a lot of competition. This week will be a lot more mental stuff, a lot more trying to get things, where it needs to be for Friday night.
And you're coming off a bye, but this starts the grind of conference play. So are practices, like you said, more mental this time of year, or how does that work?
We don't practice much different. We maybe drop practice down a little bit because of the grind, and we have a bunch of kids going both ways. So that's something that we wanted as coaching staff to figure out over the first 3 weeks, and I think we've kind of got that kind of situated, and we feel good about going into conference play. And we lost Luke Miller for a while with a broken tibia or fibia, one of them up by his knee. He'll be out for about 5 to 6 weeks, so hopefully we'll get him back for the playoffs. But like we've always said, you just got to step up. The next guy's got to step up, and we got to make plays. And you don't get to pick who you get to have in there. You got to play with who you got, and that's what makes high school football fun.
And before we let you go, coming back home, it seems like forever since you've been inside Wolverine Stadium.
It's going to be really nice to be home and not traveling. The long trip last week really was tough on us. And then also the heat, it was 98 degrees that day. And so the forecast is supposed to be really nice on Friday. I know they got a big tailgate going. I'm hoping that we have a big fan base show up, and we make our game feel like it's supposed to be like a home game for us.
All right, Coach, thank you. Good luck. That's Coach Bryan Pratt. We'll have more of our pregame show coming up from Wolverine Stadium in just a moment.